Hey novelteers! I'm going to talk about something a little unusual today, which is writing in bed. Is that a good idea? And should you do it? Well, I'm going to go against the grain here, and against what sleep experts say, to show you this really cool writing hack. Now, I did want to state that I am not any kind of medical professional whatsoever. I am a novel writing expert who has written over 200 books. I'm also a self-published author, so take anything that sounds like medical advice with that intent. I'm not giving medical advice. So, writing in bed, is that a good idea or not? The short version is, I believe it's a good idea, especially if you're neurodiverse. Allow me to explain. As a neurodivergent myself, transitions are hard for me, and they might be hard for you too. They're hard for a lot of neurodiverse people. And going to that special place you set up to write, turning on the computer, waiting for it to boot up, maybe even needing to change all your clothes to go to that special place, like out of the pajamas and on with the shoes, that all takes spoons of transition. So by the time you're actually ready to write, your brain is already rejecting it. It just did a bunch of things and now it's done, it's over. Now the best way to write is the way that works for you, and sometimes that means minimizing transitions and writing in bed. For me personally, I keep my laptop right next to my bed in a drawer in the nightstand. It's always charging, it's always on, and it's always open to my manuscript or other thing I want to work on. When I open it up in the morning, it refreshes the internet connection and the page, and it's good to go. I use an Acer and I write on Google Docs, so it's always good to go. Plus, it helps me that the keyboard is on the small size, which makes it perfect for my smaller hands. I'm actually not that big, I'm around 5'2", which means I've got smaller hands. And full-size keyboards, while not really posing a problem, are not as comfortable as my little tiny keyboard. Now, getting your perfect writing environment, including chair and keyboard size, is something I go over in my membership site at the link below. But sometimes, despite doing all of that, the best place to write is still in bed. Because this way, before I change or do anything else, I'm able to write a little before the real workday begins. Because I'm doing it in bed, it doesn't feel heavy. It feels fun. And you want to know which famous author also wrote in bed? V.C. Andrews of Flowers in the Attic fame. She had a chronic health condition and did most of her writing and planning in bed. Of course, there were no laptops back then, but she had a whole setup for it. She wanted to write and tell her stories before her time was up. But she knew if she had to be well enough to get out of bed, that was never going to happen. So she made do and figured out how to write in bed. So if this works for you, don't let anyone tell you you can't write in bed. Now, this technique might not work for everyone, but give it a shot and see if it works for you. When I deal with one-to-one clients, I always encourage them to go at their own pace and develop their own routines and their own methods, because there really is no one-size-fits-all. This is a method for you to try. If it doesn't work for you, quit doing it. If it does work for you, you should absolutely keep doing it. And if you'd like to learn more about how to write a novel, check out my Novel Writers Club and other links in the description below. And remember to like and subscribe to see more videos on writing and publishing your novel. Until next time, this is Devlin Blake saying, write on.